Incredible. Right. Let's talk then about Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life. Your new book. Everyone in the auditorium this evening has a copy of the new book. So we're looking forward to you all leaving here tonight being very useful for the rest of your lives, taking on Arnie's advice. What inspired you to write this book?
It was something that I never dreamt of. We talked about that briefly backstage, that you're doing something that you didn't really dream of, and it wasn't really your goal, to be a podcaster. And I never, ever thought that I'm going to do motivational speeches or write a motivational book or anything like that. My dreams were to be a bodybuilding champion, become the greatest bodybuilder of all times, and kind of emulate my idol, Reg Park, who was from Leeds, England, who was on a big screen playing Hercules.
Yeah.
So I saw that as a kid, so that's what I wanted to be, another Reg Park. And, to go to America, get into movies, and be rich and famous. And but then as things come along, like, for instance, becoming governor of the great state of California, that was not a dream of mine, but then there was a recall election, and I jumped in, and I became governor of California. And, to fight for the environment was not something that I was ever dreaming of doing, right? Yeah. And so then I became governor, and all of a sudden I found out that there is a tremendous danger in the world, that we have this unbelievable increase in pollution, and that pollution kills 7 million people a year. So I said to myself, oh my God, well, we are the 5th largest economy in the world. I think that we're a powerful state, we can do something about it and have an impact. And so I became really passionate about that subject and kind of fanatic about it. So this is not something that I dreamt of doing, but I did. I started getting into it. And the same is with this. It's like, more and more people started coming to me for advice. And more and more universities started asking me to give commencement speeches after the kids graduate. And I always thought that I should give them like a few points of what makes you successful when you go out in the world after college. And they became huge hits. Yeah. And people said, you should do a book. But, I ignored that for years and years and years. And then on the end, I finally decided, I should do a book about that. And so that's what I did. I sat down and I started writing it down, and started writing and writing and writing and writing. And, and here it is. It was like, I said to myself, the things that I've learned, you have to imagine the kind of things that I've done, and the things that you do in the gym when you work out, and the things that you learn in sports alone, in lifting. Just to give you an example, to have a vision. When I look back and I say to myself, how did I get so fanatic about bodybuilding, and how did I end up training 5 hours a day? And why did I enjoy working out and torturing myself? Why did I look forward to the next 1,000 reps of sit-ups? Why did I look forward to doing more reps with 600 pounds in a squat? And then I realized it was because I had a goal. I had a vision. It was right in front of me. It was fantastic. I saw myself as another Reg Park, my idol, on that stage in London at the Mr. Universe contest, and also winning just like him.
Yeah.
And that, seeing that very clearly in front of me and having that goal motivated me. I didn't even need discipline. I tell people always, I don't have that much discipline. It's just that I had such joy chasing that. And so I couldn't wait to do another rep. I couldn't wait to do another set and to lift another weight, to get to that and to turn that vision into reality. And then when I was 20 years old, I did. And so I realized, I said, what made that happen? I said, as if having the vision, having a clear vision and a clear goal. And how important that really is in life. It's a simple thing, but it is so important to have that. So I wrote about that in the first chapter in the book, about how important it is that you can have the best airplane in the world, but if the pilot does not know where to go, you're going to eventually crash. You're going to run out of fuel and you crash. And this is what happens to a lot of people's life. Their life ends up crashing, and they're depressed, and they're down, because they don't know really what they're chasing.
Yeah.
And so this is why I'm a big believer in having a goal that you're chasing, whatever that goal may be. It doesn't matter. It's like a medical student that says, I want to become a doctor. It's much more fun for him to go to university then and to study and take chemistry lessons and math lessons and English lessons and, kind of pre-med classes, because he knows what he's going after. He's going to become a doctor, maybe 14 years from now, but still he's going to become a doctor eventually. And so this makes it then more fun to go after that goal. And so this is why I became a big believer. And then I realized that with everything like this, it was like that with me. When I got into movies, I had a very clear vision to be another Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I said to myself, well, wait a minute. Charles Bronson, this is in the 70s now. Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood made $1 million a movie. I said to myself, that sounds good. Right? I said, why shouldn't I make $1 million? So, of course, I went and I tried to convince Hollywood. I said, look, I'm a bodybuilding champion. I just did the movie Pumping Iron. I want to get into movies. And they said, you're crazy. He says, I know you want to do Hercules movies or something like that. You talked about Reg Park, Steve Reeves. Well, the 60s are over. This is the 70s. In the 70s, you're way too big, right? And they try to convince me that I'm too big, that Dustin Hoffman and Al Pacino and Woody Allen, those are the new sex symbols. So I said to myself, okay, I understand that that particular ladder is very hard to climb.
Yeah.
So, but I saw it for me to become a leading man in movies and be a movie star. I saw it. So I created my own ladder. I said, why climb that ladder? I'm going to climb my own ladder. I'm going to build my own ladder and climb that. And so this is why not only was this a very clear vision, but because of that vision, I was able to do another thing that I talk about in the book, which is don't listen to the naysayers. How many people are saying no? You can't do this. This is impossible. No. So that's what I heard. And I said to myself, I'm not going to pay any attention to these guys. They're fucking idiots. I mean, I'm just, what does he know about my goal? I have a clear vision. I know where I'm going to go. I want to be a leading man. And the guy said to me, he says, yeah, but look at your accent. We barely can understand you. I said, I know. I should get my money back from my speech coach, from my accent removal coach. But he said to me, he says, this doesn't work. And I said, there was all the excuses. My name is too long, Schwarzenschnitzel, or whatever his name is. He said, what the hell? We're not going to go and be able to sell you. He says, forget about this course. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I went through. But because I had a clear vision, it worked. And because I didn't listen to the naysayers, it worked. And so those are the kind of things I experienced that I said to myself, this is what made me, was to understand those rules and those tools that I learned. Because I didn't read any self-help books or anything like that. I wanted to just really learn myself. How do you get up there? And this is how I climbed up to the top.